Now that we've checked our equipment and set up our data sheet, we can collect our water and start the first experiment. This first test we're doing is our water temperature test. We're checking the temperature of the water. Temperature is a critical water quality parameter because it controls the amount of dissolved oxygen, which then determines the kinds and types of aquatic life that can live there. What this means is that colder lakes and streams can hold more dissolved oxygen than warmer waters. If the water is too warm, it will not hold enough oxygen for aquatic plants and animals to survive. There are species that have adapted to different water temperatures, and adaptation is the evolutionary process where an organism becomes better suited to its habitat. This process takes place over many generations, and it's one of the basic phenomena of biology. Adaptation occurs because the better adapted animals are, the more likely they are to survive and to reproduce successfully. For example, a catfish in the Tennessee River is not going to need the same water temperature and dissolved oxygen as a king salmon in a cold, crisp, clear stream in Alaska. But if the water temperature changes drastically and suddenly, fish and other aquatic species will have to migrate away or they will die. Then if one species migrates, depending on where they are in the food chain, predators will have to follow to find their prey. It's not just what's in the water that's important, but also what's around it. In our visual observations, we looked for plants and trees growing along the banks. Vegetation that shades the water can be a major impact in having a safe water temperature and quality for aquatic life. Now that we understand a little bit about why water temperature is important, let's start the experiment. I'll go over some directions, then you'll perform the test. For our first test, you're going to place the glove on your dominant hand. This is the hand that you use most, and most often the hand you write with. Then take the lid off, and you're going to put your thumb inside the beaker and hold it just like this. Dip the beaker into your bucket and completely submerge it. That means there's water on the inside and water on the outside. Count for 30 seconds. That's 30 Mississippis. Once you've reached that, you'll pull the beaker out of the bucket and check the thermometer. You're going to be looking for the brightest number that you can read on your thermometer, and that is your accurate water temperature. Record that on your data sheet and don't forget to use your units of measurement. Remember that fill line? You're going to want to pour a little bit of that water back into the bucket till it's approximately at the fill line. Then you can put your lid back on, screw it back on, and take it back to your workstation. Finally, remove your glove by holding your hand down and pulling it from your wrist to your fingertips and throw it away in the trash can. Now it's your turn.